Whenever Never Anime, and today we're going to be doing What If Deku Had Spin, Part 1. As you can see, I figured out how to make a thumbnail. But it's not really a thumbnail, I still can't do that. I need YouTube Studio, but I don't feel like doing that. So I learned how to kind of Photoshop. Here. It's Fonta, a photo editing app, kind of like that. But anyway, yeah, use Fonta. As you can see, I did a decent job on this. Yeah, so this is What If Naruto Had Spin, Part 1. Okay, so I'm going to make a few changes. There will be stands, and there will be corpse parts. Double palms, things like that. Main villains will have stands and corpse parts. Some of the Kage will too. Main characters will sometimes, maybe get corpse part. Get some corpse parts. Gyro will be in this universe, but before Deku turns, he'll eventually die. I'll kill him off so he doesn't really kill the universe, okay? Makes sense. Okay. So, around 12 years ago in the land of Konoha, this is from Naruto's perspective, or Gyro's perspective. Oh, hey, that's better. 12 years ago in the land of Konoha. I'm just talking to my little brother. Gyro Zeppeli was walking through a forest and he heard some screaming. So he went to go check it out and he saw Kushina Minato. He sort of knew who these people are. He saw the fourth Hokage and he's like, oh, hey, it's fourth Hokage and his wife. See, she's giving birth. And he's like, oh, neat. And he'll say, I'll make sure that nothing happens. I'll stay out here. He sees Minato's stand. Yes, Minato has tusk. Act 2. And say, oh, I see, so he can use spin. And Gyro pulls out his stand so he can spy even better. Anyway, Gyro Zeppeli. He continues to do this until he sees a man named Togi or Obito walk on in. He has, I'm pretty sure he lost he has the right eye at the corpse. Left eye is in the right Kage. Actually, yeah, the right eye is in the right Kage. Yeah? And the fourth Hokage has the left arm. And Obito says, give me the left arm of the corpse. And he starts the battle of the fourth Hokage after extracting the Jubi from Kushina, and basically all that plays out the same, except stands are involved. But you know what? He has the heart of the corpse. So he has D4C. That fits more of his personality. And he's like doing this over and over again until he gets defeated by the fourth Hokage barely. The fourth Hokage does not have enough chakra or time to split the Jubi, so he is forced to steal the Jubi, the full Jubi in Naruto. But in resulting in this, he actually also transfers the arm. Anyway, so Tusk starts training a little bit more fox-like. It resonates with Naruto. Gyro Zeppeli saw their sacrifice and jumped in to block the claw. That's all he did. They both still died. They told him to take care of their child. Gyro Zeppeli said, Y'all, alright. I'll take care of your little child, but I'll also train in the ways of using a standing spin. Fourth Hokage smiled in his death, hearing how Gyro Zeppeli will do this. And he died later. And then, so did Kushina. She really trusted Gyro, so she went to the shinobi equivalent of heaven. And yes, before you ask, there will be guns. Because, a little bit more confusing of worlds. Gyro starts, once Naruto turns 5, he does not tell Naruto's real parents. He tells him he's adopted, though. Naruto takes this okay and then goes on with it. They didn't tell him Naruto's name, so he just named him Johnny Zeppeli. Not Joestar. He'll not do that. But there's something wrong with Naruto. He cannot move his legs at all. But he was a huge fan of horses, and he did have the left arm in the corpse. So he awakened to stand at around the age of 7. Tusk. Act 1. A little bit more like the QB, though. A little bit more like the QB. Ninetales QB. Or Kurama. Making Gyro say, "Oh, hey, wait." Kurama's will was imposed a little bit on the stand. Round half of the stand user is Kurama, the other half is Naruto. Actually, you know what? 3/4 is Naruto, but 1/4 is Kurama. If Kurama really didn't want Tusk to hurt someone or something, and didn't really want him to do anything, it would oblige to a degree. Basically stall him for a second. In locking Act 4, Naruto has a contraption made from a wheelchair so he can scoot around the city. But everyone looks at him as the demon. Doesn't look at him as the demon fox, because no one ever tells anybody the demon fox. They look down at him as the disabled kid. He's looked down in society, but they learn he has a special Keki Genkai. Tusk. He can shoot out his fingernails like bullets. But says, "Oh, that's actually a pretty neat ability." And he can use his wheelchair in combat. So, and for combat, he usually rides a horse. So he can get places faster. He fills his chakra into a horse. Kind of like a horse doll. Not really a horse doll, though. It's actually like a horse that he can control. He can manipulate with chakra. With special reins. Kind of like those hormone reins from part 2. That can conduct hormone and let you control a vampire horse. In the Wambu fight. On the chariots. And I would say that, yeah, that makes sense. Gyro would start teaching them the way of spin. I'm gonna have a little bit more of a southern accent, that's because it's a joke. Just say I'm a huge JoJo fan, and I would like to say thank you, Alexis 2400. I have one of his playlists below, but I'm a huge fan now of him. One of my favorite tubers now. Also, that one other guy that I also really like. I sometimes periodically watch their vids for inspiration and also for a little bit of happiness reasons so I can continue making videos. Oh yeah, anyway, I have a list of what I can do. Wait, did I do this right? It's gonna be slightly off. Okay. So for my next what if, I'm gonna do what if Deku had Overhaul, what if Deku had Rewind, what if Deku was the reincarnation of Nana Shimura, or the reincarnation of the first user of One for All. I'm gonna do all of these in the future. My next one will be an Overhaul. Had Spin. Done. We do Head Homo next. What if Sasuke died, and what if Naruto used the mask from Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask? I got this inspiration from Alexis 2400, so thank you to him. Let's try to get him to 1,000 subs, because I kind of owe him for that. So yeah, let's try to get him there. Not only subscribe to my channel, but go into his playlist, you can watch the playlist a little bit and then subscribe and then continue watching the playlist like I am, and you can do that basically. We go to photos. Yeah, I made this in Photoshop. No, actually, Fonta. I learned this from a YouTube tutorial, so shout out to them. I forgot their name. You can probably find them easily. Took me a little bit to make, but it wasn't that hard after I figured it out. And I also, made a little bit of templates so I can reuse it. I might change it back to every now and then, so it's easier. See, it's a good thing, I think. But yeah, anyway, Naruto. He would be decently skilled in spin. He would have a decent understanding. And I'd say around the age of 12, never mind. He does unlock Act 2, which I can probably find. Let me find it real quick. Act 2. Tusk. This is Act 2. Download image. Save the camera roll. Okay, there we go. So yeah. So here's Act 2. You would have this act by around the Land of Waves, I'd say. So during the Town of Land of Waves arc, like right before it, you'd unlock it during the Z missions. And I would say that Naruto would start training his stand Tusk. He uses mostly for mobility reasons. He uses his nails to grab the ground and start going even faster. He's figured out how to spin his entire body, basically making him like a giant drill. He can make himself using spin. That's what he figured out he can do once he starts doing spin on a horse. But little does he know, he's starting to pick up the golden rotation little by little, perfecting it over time, making himself like a human golden spin drill. This will be known for next time. And no, his stand, let's just say he uses chakra, a little bit of chakra, now and then. Does use a little bit of chakra. Just a little bit, though. Compared to his giant chakra, it's ridiculous. G4C uses a ridiculous amount of chakra. That's why Obito lost to the 4th Hokage, but Obito's gaining way more chakra over time due to his age and stuff, and training D4C. Or dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Should I? Okay, so Gyro definitely does have a stand. He stole, let's say he stole the left eye from Obito. Not his like Sharingan eye, but just stole the left eye. Giving him a stand ability, but it's not gonna be like, but that's just like the only thing I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm not gonna give him like the actual, but was it like the legs or something? That was the actual body part? No, I don't remember. I love the part, but I don't remember everything about the part, because I'm a huge JoJo fan and I do not remember everything. Yeah, I'm watching part 3 with my dad. I'm gonna start part 3 later today with my dad. So yeah, again, thank you for 26 subs. And sorry, Ravenclaw, what ifs. Still very sorry about that. Yeah, so I'd say that he would be decently skilled in taijutsu. It's a very strange form of taijutsu, though. People say, you can't be a ninja, you paraplegic. Along the lines of that. And he wanted to prove everybody wrong, so he works his hardest every day. Him and Sasuke are tied for yeah, for things like that. But yeah, anyway, with Sasuke's dojutsu, he can. With Sasuke and the Uchiha clan dojutsu and the Hyuga clan dojutsu, they can actually see his stand. But they don't think to attack it because they think they won't be able to touch it because they don't have a stand. And they're right, no one can actually touch it. Maybe chakra based, but no one can touch it. Except for other stand users. That is the rule. I remember those stand rules. They're kind of useless, but they're stand rules. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, I've been using the wrong thing. Sorry. Charging the phone now? Yep, okay. Yeah, anyway, I'm very close to Canada. I'm not going to say specifics. Michigan. Where I live, Michigan. And, I would say that, yeah, his stand would start developing nicely. He would gain... Never mind. During the final exam, he would do a little bit better because he has full crown, not just like one half disrupting his chakra too bad. He can do the regular clone jutsu decently, but he only gets 2 clones, which is almost a fail. His taijutsu is not seen as good, and Iruka does not really like him this time. But he sees him as a student, and he will protect all of the students. He loves most of the students equally, but he looks at Naruto and says, you know, you kind of look like a fox. Or even your thing looks like, even your Keki Genkai looks like a fox. Johnny. You know what, Johnny, you know, Naruto, he would say, hey, Johnny. It's like, hey, Johnny Zeppeli. And Sasuke would say, Johnny Zeppeli, I challenge you to a fight, Sasuke says. And then they duke it out, but Ruka still says fail because he still has a little bit of a grudge against Naruto. Then Naruto's told by Mizuki to go steal scroll ceiling. I'm just making this a little bit more accurate. He steals scroll ceiling. Ruka tries to go catch Naruto with scroll ceiling. Sees Mizuki about to throw a shuriken at Naruto. He blocks the shuriken out of instinct, and Naruto learns the Shaolin jutsu, but did not perfect it yet. But he uses, and he thinks Ruka's dead in a stage of grief. He starts using his best spin techniques, unlocking Act 2, making Tusk fully his. He says, full launch, and launches all of his nails out at the same time. He even takes off his shoes and starts launching all his toenails, too. And he aims his foot with his hands and then aims it all at Mizuki and says full launch. And then kills Mizuki on the spot. His nails take around 15-ish, maybe more seconds to heal. Because his reload time on regular nails is almost instant. It's like 2-second cooldown. Just making this more fair, okay? I'm changing it up a little bit, okay? Ninjas are still a thing, but it's starting to turn a little bit more modernized, a little bit more Western. They just invented guns and stuff. Revolvers are now the thing and stuff. Actually, you know what? He does not throw a giant demon one shuriken. He starts shooting a gun instead. Almost hitting him. But ginormous hand of Act 4 blocks it. This is not any Act 4 or anything. It's just the hand, that's it. It's all he can manifest of Act 4. Because he has not perfected the golden rotation. He has gotten it a little bit, so he can use Act 4 a little bit. But only the right arm. So he blocks the bullets, and then Act 2 fully manifests out of him. And then he takes off his shoes and says, Mizuki, full launch. And he just learned how to use the Shao clones. Actually, you know what? He just summons 8 or so Shao clones. Actually, 48 Shao clones or so. And it says, Shadow launch! Launches almost 5,000 nails at him, killing him on the spot. Because they're far more powerful, remember? And, of course, Iruka seeing this, him perfect the Shadow Clone, using the Shadow Clone real quick. Because Naruto read in a little bit, because he's a little bit more trained, because, you know, I'm Italian. And he kind of kills, really. And then, like, Iruka see, because he knows the secret of the Shadow Clones, because he read a little bit farther. He didn't have as much time to practice it, so that's why he didn't use it instantly. To protect Iruka. Yeah, anyway, so he figured out how to use Shadow Clones soon, so he practices that after getting his headband for a few more days. I would say, because that'd be a realistic time, and then he would meet his team. Sasuke, not uselessness. Actually, no, wait, he's second highest in the class. So, not middle, it'd probably be Sasuke, Naruto still, because, you know, because Third Hokage still knows he has the fox stuff. He knows whose kid this is. He gave the Gyro because Gyro was the one who was really excited to adopt him because he was told by the fourth Hokage to adopt little Naruto, but I wasn't told the name, so he named him Johnny. So he wouldn't be called the Fox. Of course, Gyro's pretty smart in this, I'd say. Yeah, and Gyro would have, like, Gyro's, like, really bad attitude still. Like, about Italian things. He's taught Italian cuisine, a little bit of Italian cuisine, and some Italian sayings and references and stuff, and he starts, like, telling them, like, how Italians work in their family and what it means to be a Zeppeli. He tells them about how spin has been the family for generations as an execution tool. My phone real quick. Hello! Hi, Dad.
Hey.
Yeah, just saying if you heard any of that. Sorry, oh no. Yeah, anyway, I would say that Johnny Zeppeli, you know what I'm talking about. Johnny Zeppeli started using Act 2. But he learned that Act 2 makes his nails grow back slowly. A little bit slower than Act 1. So he mostly uses Act 1 as normal, but like Act 2's nails are so much better. Yeah, this Naruto had spin and tusk, okay? But I'm just gonna call it what Naruto had spin because it fits nicely on there. Oh yeah, in the future I'll be doing reboots of the old series. Like I'll start with Naruto. What if Sasuke's pride? What if Deku had the powers of pride? What if Naruto was the son of Hashirama and Madara? What if Deku had Stormbreaker, and what if Naruto had KCM early? Those will be coming in the future. Very later, though. I'll do that after I finish my list. Reboot those. Anyway, do you guys like my thing? It took me quite a while to actually do this. I'm actually quite proud of the results. Anyway, so I'd say that Sasuke would be sort of... I would say just the power skill Sasuke, I'd say I would give him one Tomoe Sharingan. One Tomoe Sharingan, that's it. So you can see Tusk. This is just for better teamwork. And I'll be giving their team her dojutsus and stuff Hinata, because they realized Hinata would be a good fit for the team, because not only can all three of the people on everybody on Naruto's team could see a stand, making it work better. And also Sasuke decides to abandon the village, it wouldn't be as bad. Would be a little bit later. This is a strategic play, basically. I think that Sasuke is such a brute that he'd probably abandon the village one of these days. So they kind of make sure that Sasuke doesn't abandon the village, but of course it's not going to work. Orochimaru and stuff. We just don't really watch him at night that much because you realize, oh yeah, that's right. He'll think that we're going to watch him at night, so it's not. So they don't really have the resources at the time because they're making sure that no other outsiders can get in, like the Gyro instance. Well, they're going to be a little bit more strict on the outsiders policy. And Jesus, why are my friends texting me like this? And I should wrap this up eventually. I'm going to wrap this up right at the beginning of the Land of Waves after the bell test. I would say that, Naruto or Johnny, he would tell them how to do this, and they'd see, oh yeah, it's good teamwork and stuff. Basically, what his dream is to be the first paraplegic Hokage. And to master spin, Sasuke's aim wish. I wish to kill my brother. And then, I would say, I wish to be strong. Kind of like you two. She would just say, kind of like Sasuke. But she would only say Sasuke because she does not really want Naruto to know she has feelings right now. Because she says Naruto, then everyone will laugh because she wants to be strong as a man who can't use his legs right. Anyway, so Naruto would say, hey, Kakashi-sensei, can I use my wheelchair in our battle? And he's like, don't eat. And stuff like that. And Kakashi says yes. And then the thing comes along. They use teamwork fabulously. Naruto shoots at his foot with Tusk Act 2 to disable him first, to discombobulate him or like really stop him from moving too fast. It was a substitution jutsu, and instead of shuriken in the series, they will not have shurikens, they will have guns. So, but Kakashi brings shuriken because he doesn't want to hurt them. So he starts using shuriken against them and stuff, make sure he doesn't kill them. Actually, no, he uses guns to scare them. And Naruto starts using his nails. He doesn't need a gun. He uses his nails. He forms around 200 shadow clones and then says, Tusk Act 2! And then Hinata and Sasuke will just be in the tree seeing how he's using Tusk and decide to go out to give him a little bit of help, and then they start throwing shurikens and stuff, and then he says, full barat, cross shooting! And change to cross shooting. And then there would be so many nails coming at him that he just substitutes and says, you pass. Yeah, man, this is Whenever Never Anime. Please like and subscribe. In the next part, we'll cover the Land of Waves and the end of and the Chunin exams and possibly the Konoha, and probably episode 3 will cover the Konoha Crush. Anyway, this is Whenever Never Anime. Please like and subscribe, and bye, you crackheads, and let's hope we can get to 100 by the end of the year, and at 50 subs I'll do a face reveal.